Good morning, everyone. I'm Vishnu Jagtap, and in front of all of you, I'm presenting the mid newspaper headlines. So, first of all, why home prices will keep surging this year too. Next, Robini's praise. Next, on page number two, in that Air India tries to make up for the lost time. Next, on page number three, in that air travel sets new record in February. Next, Renew may sell up to 30% in C&I projects. Next, Adani may not bid for stake in Power Traders PTC. Next, IR moves to World Bank. BVR Subramaniam, new Niti's chief. Next, Wipro cuts pay for freshers amid delay in onboarding recruits upset. Next, Tycoon Agrawal's plan to trim debt hits a roadblock in India. Next, venture capital fundraising hits a 9-year low in December quarter. Next, companies ready watches to cash to Steam staff chunk. Next, Charan. Next, ThyssenKrupp in talks to boost steel output capacity in India. Next, Tata Motors to supply 25,000 EVs for Uber fleet network. Next, from CEO to coders, all experiment with new AI programs. On page number 4 in economy and policy section that cotton import bill crosses $1 billion in FY23 price soar. Next, railway plans REIT route to monetize surplus land assets. Next, India trains SC Asia scientist in TB research treatment. Next, rupee dirham trade deals may start slow. Next, EPFO unveils method to apply for higher pension under EPS. Next, James of Nirav Modi's former firm on sale to pay off $1.5 billion. Next, inflation in India feels higher than what official data reveals. Next, India INC 6 sees winter chill in deal making activity in January. Next, reverting to OPS to create huge liability for states. Next, France says tax on tech giants blocked in global talks. Next, retail inflation for farm workers rise to 6.85% in Jan. On page number 5 in Deal Tech startup section that Honeywell IISC partnered to support select early stage startups. Next, Princeton Digital to spend $1 billion on new Asia data center. Next, global memory chip industry in midst of record downturn. Next, Shobhitam makes debut deal with House of Blouse. Next, VC fundraising hits 9-year low. Next, electronics firm bank on offline stores for sales. Next, PayPal leads Mintok $20 billion round. Next, fintech sector at the tipping point. Next, on page number 7, in mark to market section under that euro area braces for an era of central bank losses. Next, Korea bond bulls unfazed by sharpest sell-off in 5 months. Next, why Royal Enfield is a step ahead. Next, cement prices hike are here, but not enough to move the needle. Next, Adani total biggest loser in group route. Next, market slip on rate worries. Next, after City, BofA Securities now sees near-term gains for rupee. Next, FPI's investment value in Indian equities drop 11% to $584 billion. On page number 8 in corporate section under that, Delhi government wants bike taxes against play. Next, Wipro move to cut freshers' salaries sparks uncertainty. Next, content cuts loom at Disney India unit. On page number 10, page number 11 in corporate section under that Adani maps comeback plan after $135 billion route. Next, air travel hits new high in Feb. Next, Tyson Krupp in talks to up steel output of its India unit. Next, costs pull out all the stops to steam churn. Next, Reliance Cap lenders tell NCLT creditor free to negotiate. Next, Renew plans to sell up to 30% in C&I projects to about $300 million. Next, Tata Motor to sell 25,000 EVs to Uber. Next, supports sports event weddings boost post-pandemic hotel occupancy. Next, on page number 12 in corporate section under that, Niti gets a new CEO, has a year goes to World Bank. Next, Try proposes to rate buildings based on digital infrastructure. Next, Squio, Squia SL may co-lead investment in Apna market chain. Next, on page number 13 in that global section, Biden makes surprise trip to Ukraine ahead of war anniversary. Next, Iran denies reports of enriching uranium above 60%. Next, Israelism block roads ahead of vote on judicial changes. Next, Vietnam shoe maker for Nike Adidas to cut 6,000 jobs. Next, New Zealand says cyclone damage could exceed $8 billion. Next, Pakistan current account deficit falls to $200 million in January. Next, Chinese ride hailing firm Dida revives $200 million HK IPO. Next, Putin may meet top Chinese party official on Moscow trip. Next, Chinese scientists sketch out plans to thwart US chip curbs. Next, from CEO to coders, employees experiment with new AI program. Next, on page number 14 in news wrap section under that, taking steps to curb inflation says FM. Next, working to cut carbon footprint. Next, states at risk due to climate hazard. Next, Iran to shun India's Raisina dialogue over mention of protest. Next, economic activity cools in January. Next, Anil Agrawal's plan to reduce debt. It's a roadblock in India. Next, India's sugar output can fall further. Next, JK Tire to expand retail presence. Next, German counselor scholars to visit India. Next, office space leasing in Jan jumps 93%. Next, Reliance AG Jesu Dasan dies at 71. On page number 15 in long story section to that, where angels do not fear to trade. trade. On page number 16 in mint money section to that, planning a career break, be ready to handle loss of regular earnings. Next, mistakes you must avoid for smooth transfer of assets. Next, ROI. Next, what are the latest rules of NRI taxations? On page number 17 in view section to that, the boot did it must not let platforms get away. Next, receivables are the biggest burden on small businesses. Next, leaders should make space for intelligent disobedience at work. On page number 18 in view section of that, the union budget capped interest of the social sector close at third. Next, the Open AI versus Google AI race has opened up Pandora's boot. Next, tech firms should go by price low in layoffs are a must. That much for today. Thanks for watching. Make a good day.